Hello, it's Sageism. You can call me Sage, and today's video is inspired by TikTok, which I'm kind of ashamed to admit that because Lord knows that app gets way more time than I should be giving it. But today it brought something good. And the reason that this is inspired by TikTok is for a few reasons. Seeing a lot of videos on TikTok in regards to manifestation, the trendiness of spirituality, and how we don't really talk about the shitty stuff that comes with spirituality. So this is kind of a rant slash advice, but hang in there with me because we're about to dive into it. So first up, the TikTok manifestation videos. Now, I'm not really, shitting on these because they're great, they're helpful, they're rooted in great intentions. We all just want to have that good life and not struggle and bring in the things that we want, right? And these videos are basically either like a mix of affirmations that you can listen to or say to yourself, or maybe like subliminal audios, things like that. And I'm all here for that. But I feel like that there are some things that people are not realizing they're gonna get when they're asking to manifest some things. And I'm actually gonna plug in a video that I saw that made me really think about this.
Message! Don't let all these manifestation videos get you caught the hell up. The universe is not a hoarder. As you are calling in for things to be manifested, from love to money to abundance to whatever, be prepared to give some things up. Sometimes the universe might ask you to give up relationships, situations, jobs, things that are hindering you. Sometimes this looks like the universe asking you to do some shadow work and some deep healing work in order to confront and heal thought patterns and behaviors that are hindering you. One of the biggest ways that we block our blessings, one of the biggest ways we stop ourselves from manifesting is when we do not clear the pathway for the blessing and the manifestation to walk towards us.
I loved everything that she said. I actually stitched that video and gave my opinion the other day as well. But I really do think that that's something that we need to talk about more. And it's not even the fact that like things come at a cost, right? I don't want you to think it's a trade-off or something negative automatically happens when you want to manifest something. But I want you to realize that your life right now, if you're experiencing a reality that you're not happy with, let's say you've been wanting to manifest a car, that means that something in your reality needs to change. Because if your reality was set up to already have that car, right, with the certain ingredients, if it had all of that, you would have that car already. So that means either A, you need to remove something from your life that's preventing that manifestation from coming, or you need to add some things, aka change something. Okay, Editor Sage here. I just realized that I need to clarify what I mean by add. And really, it just means, like, let's say if you wanted to lose weight, maybe you need to add an exercise routine because that's what's preventing you from losing weight. Or maybe if you're wanting to attract a relationship and you don't really go out much, you need to add, the act of being social so you can meet the person that you would like to be with. Really, adding and releasing are just two sides of the same coin, which is change. And for many of us, it's the former. You start the process of manifestation, right? And you're like, okay, I want that higher paying job. You put your focus on maintaining that reality of like, I am worthy of that job. Good things happen for me. You say that to yourself all the time. I have a high paying job. Good things happen for me. When you lose the job that you have, let's say you get fired, you're no longer in that vibration of good things happening to me because you're so focused on the bad thing that just happened to you. So it's like you cut off what was coming to you. Does that make sense? But we don't talk about that. I ain't never heard nobody say that to me. Have you? I don't know. If you have, then you're doing great, and whoever told you that, keep them in your life. But I had to learn that the hard way. And so that brings me into the next issue, which is the trendiness of spirituality. Now, I actually don't have an issue with spirituality becoming popular because that would be like me getting upset that everybody is discovering who they really are. And that's something that's meant for everybody. Everyone should do that, okay? The issue I have is because spirituality has become so mainstream, it's almost like it's thinning out. It's becoming shallow in the sense that we're only wanting to be spiritual to manifest more money, or to be able to travel the world, or to not have to work a job, or just to feel good about ourselves. And while those things are good things to have, you deserve that abundance. You deserve to feel good about yourself. I am begging you to go deeper, even with the videos that I post about doing shadow work. Ask yourself, why are you healing? Are you healing just so you can be able to manifest better by getting rid of limiting beliefs? Or are you embarking on this healing journey to go deeper with yourself on a soul level? You know what I mean? I'm not shaming you for anything, okay? I am just so happy that you're doing shadow work, period. But I want you to start digging deeper into your intentions. And I'm going to insert another TikTok video that I saw right now.
TikTok is overly saturated with these manifestation videos, and while that's all fine and dandy, I'm really begging y'all to have a spirituality that is so much more than manifesting a materialistic life. Like, I'm literally begging you. How dare you open your mouth and demand all these things from your ancestors and the universe without even practicing gratitude or having any discipline? You do not need to rely on all these strategies and loopholes. Like, literally, my ancestors made do with what they had: dirt, herbs, and spirit. When was the last time you fed your ancestors? Your journal is full of all these wishes and desires, but when was the last time you cleaned your altar? Are you offering even a fraction of what you're asking for? I mean this in the most loving way. Get your shit together.
I don't always know how to word good, but I feel like she did a phenomenal job at basically explaining the issue of people, diving into their spiritual journey. It's like they're getting stuck in spirituality 101 or 102, and you still got, keep going. Don't stop at manifestation or the law of attraction, or that's another thing too. People like jump from law of attraction to all of a sudden wanting to like reality shift and astral project and leave their body, because being in this reality sucks. And I feel you, it does suck sometimes. It is what we make it. But you trying to escape your experience now defeats the point of you being here. You came to this place to learn and evolve and grow your soul. So don't let the suffering that you've been through be in vain. I'm not saying one of those shitty statements of everything happens to you for a reason. You don't have to put toxic positivity on that. But what I'm saying is one way or another, you chose to be here. And if you didn't choose to be here, the only way you get out is through evolving your soul. So, and I find it ironic, even with myself, we're all guilty of this. No one is the perfect spiritual being, or again, we wouldn't be here, right? But we talk about leaving the matrix, exiting the simulation, right? But are we really backing that up? What actions are we taking to do that? At the very least, I want you to come to your truth on what exiting the matrix is. It's all a state of mind, right? So how are you cultivating your mind beyond the 3D experiences that you can have? Because that is our number one job. I learned this through a book I was reading. I can't remember the name of it, but our spirit guides, their number one priority in guiding us is doing what is best for our soul and what's going to bring us the best soul evolution. That's why you often find that like your spirit guides will let you learn stuff the hard way. They can be fucking savages. They're not always going to guide you to the rainbows and the sunshine. They're going to guide you through some mud too. All of that is for our evolution. And that's why I ask you to go deeper. All right, and the final point, which I feel like, it wraps it all up nice, like a little bow on a present, but it is mental health on your spiritual journey. And the reason my other 2 points intertwine with this is because if you go into your spiritual journey with the mindset of, okay, I just want to manifest stuff, that way I can live my dream life while I'm here, and then you get stuck at that level because you aren't going deeper, man, your mental health can go poof. It's like building a house on stilts and expecting it to be as sturdy as a mountain, when if all you know is the law of attraction, like That's not even a 0.1% of the universe. And that's just considering our universe. There's multiple universes, many infinite universes, right? And the deeper you go with spirituality, the sturdier, the thicker your foundational pillars become. If you're not someone who doesn't have a strong will, which is totally fine, I tend to fall in that category of my will wavering a little bit, right? Especially those of us who have dealt with depression or have been people pleasers or, grew up in toxic environments of sorts where we weren't allowed to have that strong will. It's easy for us to be knocked off when things don't go our way, especially when we learn to have faith in things like the law of attraction that tells us if we believe it strong enough, if we feel it in our bones, we can have whatever we want. And it's not like that at all. We also need to talk about duality more. Just because you're spiritual doesn't mean that there's always sunshine coming out of your ass. And I know this statement is cliche, but in this case, it is totally true that it's okay to not be okay. The thing with spirituality is it doesn't automatically teach you how to be happy all the time or to always be brimming with love, right? It teaches you how to nurture yourself and how to navigate those times where your human is feeling those emotions. It's impossible to not feel, I'm not going to say impossible because anything is possible, but for most of us, you're going to have a very hard time not recognizing and validating the inner child, the human within you that experiences those emotions of shame or failure or depression or not feeling beautiful, low self-worth, and the plethora of emotions that come with being human. Just the same as you feel happiness and joy and pleasure, those other emotions come along for the ride. It's a joint package. And so when we say it's okay to not be okay, it truly is. Anytime you're wondering if what you're feeling is normal or natural, I want you to think of the earth and what naturally happens. In the same way that a sunny day is normal and happy and nice, right? The earth also has freaking thunderstorms and showers and the sky literally cries. But we don't look at the sky crying as something bad. We just see it as what it is. It's just something that the earth does, that we experience. And so when you're spiritual, you learn to look at yourself in the same way. And shoot, spirituality can even exacerbate your mental health issues if you're not on top of it. You know how lonely it gets sometimes? In the same vein of evolution, for instance, I had to make a decision to leave a relationship that I was actually content in. But the problem is that I wasn't growing in that relationship anymore, and I felt this calling that I couldn't understand to leave. That shit was hard. I cried. Yesterday, I was thinking about how lonely I was. I wasn't regretting my decision, but it was tough. And I had to take a mental health day for that. I'm feeling so much better today, but I'm just trying to make a point of mental health is still very much something that we all struggle with, even the best of us, even the most spiritually ascended of us. If we refer to the passage in the Bible, for those of you who grew up Christian, you know that when Jesus, the ascended master that he was, when he learned the soul evolution that he had to go through, he broke down. It wasn't easy. I'm sure his mental health was on -900 that day. So let's be real about that more. Stop it with the whole love and light. Focus on the good, toxic positivity, and let's be real, right? Even those of us who have figured out how to manifest millions and get to do whatever we want, don't have to work 9 to 5, even they experience bad mental health days. But I do think that slowly we all are starting to be real with ourselves. We're entering into an era of oversharing, and that's the norm for us to do, right? So we're making progress. But yeah, how do you feel about all of this? Did you resonate with anything that I said? Was there something that I said you were like, hell yeah, I know that, I completely agree. And where are you on your spiritual journey? Shout out to the lonely ones that don't have a single spiritual friend and rely on TikTok or some other platform to kind of get a dose of people that get you. Because I've been there. But luckily enough, I'm blessed to have a friend or two that get me. So that's it. You already know. If you're vibing, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. I have a shadow work guide down below if you feel called to do that. But until the next time, friend, see ya.